Coming up on today's episode.
That's right. And we've built a lot of tools to share little or a lot.
Love it.
Temporarily or full-fledged, they now own the property. See you later, walk away. It's really easy for the mums and dads, not the industry, to do this now. It's mum and dad community power.
Dodgy advice and bad decisions can cost you big in real estate. We're here to make sure that doesn't happen. Welcome to the No BS Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Agresta, and it's time to take control of your property journey together.
Hey guys, I'm Tom Williams, founder of House Spek. Really excited to be on the No BS Property Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the No BS Real Estate Podcast, your listening how-to guide to the Aussie finance and real estate market. I'm your host, Joe Agresta. Now, here's a question. If your house could talk, what would it say about its past? Who built it? What was fixed? What broke? What's still under warranty? And where are those documents you swore you'd file properly or you've probably put somewhere for later? Because in 2025, we can track our sleep, our steps, and our parcel deliveries, but most of us have no idea where the most valuable information about our home actually lives. And today's episode is called Your Property Has a History, You Just Don't Know Where It Is. So my guest, Tom Williams, is the founder of House Spek, a platform built to fix one of the property industry's biggest headaches, the total chaos of managing, selling, and this is in general with building a home or, in terms of having an asset, you don't have a central record of what's being done. House Spek brings owners, agents and builders into one connected system where every certificate, warranty and property detail finally lives all in one place. It's part digital vault and part ecosystem, and it's a big step toward ending the scattered mess we all deal with in property ownership. So, Tom, welcome to the show.
So excited to be here, Joe.
Oh, you flew all the way down from Sydney to be here.
Yes, very few times so I come down to Melbourne. It's exciting to be here. A lot going on in this state, and it's good to finally get the word out about what I've been working on.
I know, and I think one of the things that I'm most excited for about this conversation is that when we caught up, I was like, oh crap, you're in Sydney, but this would be so good to do in person. And I think our friend Steve McMiniman ran into you at the Lux event and he was like, go to Melbourne.
Yeah, he's almost going to put me up here soon, dragging me down, really pushing me out. I'm not in my comfort zone, getting socially active, but it's great to get out there. I want to get the word out and help some people. Yeah,
for sure. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for it because when I started to talk to you about House Spek when we first met, I then went on your website, then I started looking at the app screens, then I started playing with it, and then I started obsessing with it. And then I said, okay, no, Tom's definitely going to come on the show because what you've built is something that, I think I said it to you in our first meeting, me and my co-founder on our business, we've always said in the future is like a buyer passport or like a house passport.
Yep.
That's time-stamped with all the stuff you've ever recorded when you've purchased or you've sold, and you've got like a history. And then you can hand that history over to a new owner or to a new person that's taking over. So when you told me what you've built with House Spek, I'm like, oh, freaking finally, someone's done it. Now I'm going to back it.
It's awesome to have your support, Joe.
Oh, of course. I can't speak highly enough. So let's get into it. I think the best place to start is take us back to the beginning. What problem were you seeing in the market that kind of sparked House Spek?
So the biggest thing is a lot of people put pride in their work, and the appreciation for that stops on the job completion. And we often forget about them, who they were, how much better they were than the competition. I've worked in construction, I've bought a house, and it's very hard for me to retrack either with my clients or who I've also worked alongside with, how good they were outside of the work itself.
And it's so true. And you've obviously worked in the construction side. What did you kind of see in that industry when you were working in it that really brought you to this point? Was there something in that specific job that made this happen for you, or was there an aha moment for?
There were. It was the fact that everybody did it a little different. Whether it's showing me a set of plans or photos of the house, it came in hundreds of different forms. Getting a job started, the spec, the documents, both trades, clients and builders all do it separately, individually. You go from WhatsApp messages to professional emails to OneDrives that are set up, and the consistency, as much as some people put a lot of effort in there, because there's no consistency, I was constantly learning how to extract their information.
Oh, 100%. And you're so right, it's scattered, right? And then you're seeing all these different professions that really should be working together to make it easier on everyone, because reality is, like, if the builder's doing one documentation, it would benefit everyone to have a copy of that.
Definitely, I get that some want to keep their sort of golden egg systems to themselves. That's fine. Appreciate you guys. Build a system that makes your life easier. But the clients, at the end of handover, there's no sort of effort put into how they manage their property, their works afterwards. Job's done, invoices here, please pay me, see you later.
So true.
That ingenuity that a lot of us have stops at the transaction.
It's true. Like, I often talk about even, buying an established house. It's very similar. You don't know outside of the Section 32, if you're in Victoria, the contract that actually tells you a little bit about the properties, like, rates and all that stuff, but not when they did repairs, not when something broke down. And I think that's all part of the marketing and the selling process of, well, I'm not going to tell you that. I don't want to give it to you.
We see a lot of marketing with builders and trades that are reputable, deliver a better product. But can you recognize that after the build? We buy cars based on their brand, their history, who's owned them, how many Ks have they driven. But we are completely ignorant towards a house.
That's the perfect analogy. Yeah, you're so right. We do get a service history with every car we buy that says, oh, it had a major service 2 months ago.
That's
minor
right.
service 4 years ago.
We all love Toyota. The brand names mean something in the car industry. I want to see that brand name be more powerful in the property industry. I don't want it reserved for the top 0.5% of architectural homes that get on the magazines. I want it for the major builders that are great quality.
It's like they're doing all the right steps. It's just this last step that's not being done properly.
We should support those trades, those companies, as clients to them that we support. You guys have done a good job.
That's exactly right. And I love that. And, I guess what, in terms of your experience across property construction, how did that shape the platform's design? And we will get into how it actually works and operates, but how did that kind of influence how you needed to build this?
So I first started trying to help clients retain my work. So I've done the work. I want you to retain some information while it's under warranty. Then I started exploding that. Why would I limit it to my work and not the trades that were next to me, before me, after me? Why not the whole industry? Why not give the power to that property owner to bring good work and trades and certificates onto a single platform?
I think that's a really important thing you said, and a key element of you're sharing the love. It's like you could have improved your own systems and you did do that. And then you're like, oh, why would I keep this to myself?
And I think that's the attitude of a lot of companies. And again, props to them. They're improving their delivery. I want the industry to do better. I want more confidence, but I also it doesn't need to be a free for all. It's private. It's in the client's handhold power. So it's not sort of an industry-led approach.
Which I understand. It's like whoever the adopters are going to get ahead, and they're going to get a better customer client outcome, because at the end of the day, we're all in it. Like in this industry, we know that relationships are key. So just because you built their first house or their second house, like you need them to come back because the experience was so good. So these are part of those little finishing touches after you've gone through this massive process of building or buying something, that at minimum you should get a handover of the information.
Definitely, it's about the clients coming back, but it's also about the clients advocating for you. You could have had a really good flooring renovation done. They're going to be an advocate if they can share the details. If you give them nothing and they have no information, they're just going to go, it's a nice floor.
Yeah, that's so accurate. Yep. And then that they've got nothing else to go
You
by.
lose your brand. You lose that referral advocate. And so that's what I wanted to build. I want my clients to be able to bring more clients to me.
Yep.
And vice versa.
I love that. And, you know, the word community comes up a lot in what you're building. What does that mean in property tech context?
So it was never derived to be owned by an industry corp, managed by a single entity that has a back agenda.
Yeah.
It's community powered. A lot like the social medias, the community can put in as much or as little as they want. And the more they do, the more return they'll get.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. And this leads into the best part where I want to talk about what the tech actually does. So for those that are tuning in today who are thinking, oh, okay, so how does House Spek work? So I love the concept, love the idea. Give me a walkthrough of what a person can experience.
So it's a family intuitive software.
Yeah.
All on the mobile apps, Android and Google, Apple. And it's just about recording those receipts, that information, anything you think you want to look back on in a few months' time, a few years' time. If you think it's important, there's a spot for it to go in your property platform.
Wow.
That's a little vault. Call it your digital shoebox, something you can dig in to later on down the track.
Gosh.
And it's all private. It's not out there in the world. It's to help the mum and dad, to help the property owner, the tenant.
How much would that, I know this is a little bit of a morbid comment, but can you imagine if tragically you lost family members and they had property handed down, how convenient it would be to have that in one place?
And that was a big part of what we built, is how do we transfer the information? You've got several stages where you're going to transfer. Maybe the builder's going to transfer the property and they're going to put in a lot of documents to the new owner.
Yeah.
They might sell the property, pass it on to the new owner. New owner gets a wealth of knowledge for the house they just bought. And like you said, pass on to a family, share family traits. That sharing becomes really easy to do.
Yeah, because I think part of the struggle, outside of, tragic situations in general, I know at home, I know I should probably have everything digitized because I am in the AI industry myself, but I don't. I still have a drawer at home in a filing cabinet and it's got a tab on it and it's got house documents, build drafts, contracts, and then any warranties and receipts for appliances. And I'm like, far out, that would just be so easy to snap a photo of because I don't want the paperwork. I just need to know that I've got it.
Exactly.
In a place. And you've created that with House Spek.
There's a structure to the location of where everything should go. And sometimes we need the documents on a rainy day.
Yep.
When that tragedy has hit, if you can't find that key information, you might be out of pocket. You might be staring down a large workload just to get back on track.
I can't tell you how many scenarios they're all rushing to my head. I had, one family member selling, she didn't get a certificate of occupancy, even though the occupancy happened.
Yes.
This is 8 years ago, right? And she sold the property and then we couldn't find that document. And she had to run around for the builder. She called the builder. The builder had passed away. Yep. The wife was the one that answered and said, I have no idea how I'm going to find this or get this to you.
Exactly.
So then it just created this runaround. We eventually got a hold of it and it was okay, but it nearly stopped her purchase all because of one document.
And again, no one's done the wrong thing.
Yeah.
We just haven't taken those 5 minutes to prevent the wrong thing from happening.
Correct.
A couple years ago, I was unfortunately robbed. And I soon found out that the insurance only covered if I had everything listed.
Yep.
So now I'm up to get the wife new rings and jewelry because the insurance claim got denied. If I'd taken 5 minutes, and this is me talking, photo all of the jewelry, list it down in just scrap paper, put it on my House Spek app, insurance company would have paid out.
Yeah, and this is the big difference. I worked in insurance for a time. Specifying it is everything because a lot of people will do, I'm not going to get into the rabbit hole of insurance, but just to quickly sum up, just make sure you're getting the right cover because House Spek in this case is going to save you that potential heartache.
They're not going to ask what they should cover.
No.
You need to tell them.
Correct, because like we asked one, I think when I was working there, we used to ask the one question, any special items for cover, and people would go, oh yeah, I've got jewelry. I'm like, yeah, anything you want to list. No.
Yes.
Now, if I had that list ready to go, I'd go, well, yep, I've got 2 engagement rings right here, and I've got...
You're not going to get charged more for your policy. In fact, they're likely to reduce it, knowing exactly what they're covering, rather than having an allowance there.
Yeah. No, or you'll just get a special excess typically.
Exactly.
And that's it. But you're protected.
And it also works. I mean, that's the rainy day scenario. And I hope I prevent, if I can prevent 3, 4, 5 rainy days with families in Australia.
Oh, it's huge.
I'm going to sleep easier. But it's also on those days of it should be happier. You buy a new house, they give you the keys at an agency, and then you go on lock. You try and figure out what you've actually done. What have I built?
Yeah.
Friends of mine bought a beautiful house. They spent a bit of money. Within the first week, their plans to bring a pool on site was costing them thousands of dollars because no one gave them the survey.
Yeah.
And it frustrated me. They're my friends. The block hasn't changed. The size of the land is the same. There's a survey existing somewhere. But because they have no way of finding it, they're spending money.
Wow.
I wish the people they bought it from were able to pass that information on. And you get so much more confidence on that day you move in. I actually know a little bit more of what I'm looking at.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the day you move in, it's a really... how can I explain it to our listeners who haven't experienced this yet, right? And you will go through it. There's this moment of absolute elation and joy, right? Because you've just finally finished the journey you're in. And the first couple of days is really exciting. You're finding your way. And then what will happen is something will go wrong, or something's not set up properly, or maybe you didn't plan the internet on time and now you have to log into work, and you start to go through all these problems and there's no real handover. So you're free falling going, who do I ring for this problem? It's like, how do I fix this?
But I extend it also to tenants.
Yeah, that's right. It's
tenant can be such a daunting task because you're moving in, you've paid bond. You have to be careful. Furniture's coming in and no one's giving you this guide through the house.
That's
probably
so
had
true.
10 minutes on an open home to inspect it, and 2 weeks later you're moving in. I wish somebody had given you a little more information. The PowerPoints are here, NBN's here. Anything like that helps both the tenant, as you said, if you're buying a house or building a house. That first week, I want my users to be confident when they're moving in.
Yeah. I really respect what you've done because, like I said, it seems like ever since you told me the analogy with the car, I'm like, oh, well, no, we must have it. This is just a bare minimum standard at this point.
And we've been running, I'm not saying we're ignorant.
No.
It has been an ignorant transaction for years. That's the status quo.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a house. I think it's the worst way to spend money because you get zero fun. But I loved my house, and it was so daunting that first week.
Yeah.
The unknowns, the figuring out, can I go to council and find what documents they have? Where do I put anything? It's very tricky.
And a lot of the time, they're gatekept by price as well. It's like, yes, you can have this document for $20. And it's like,
exactly.
Oh, God.
And to think that you're spending how much money on a house, and if there was a method that the old owner, property manager could transfer it over.
Yeah.
It's not about increasing the value of property. It's about giving the buyer more confidence.
Correct, because then, but also imagine how easy it makes the selling process, right? It's like if you hand that to a conveyancer, for example, when they're preparing documents or contracts of sale, they can go, oh, cool, I actually have everything I need right here.
I challenge some people to, if they bought a house in the last year, where was that contract? Is it in your deep in your emails?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you remember where to find it? Scary to think that it's not within your hands within 2 minutes.
Yeah, because it's the deed to your property. But once it's all said and done, you're like, cool, I have the house. All right, I don't need to worry about contracts of sale. I don't need to worry about that docs.
Yeah, you hold a physical key.
Yeah.
What if you lost the key? Can you prove to a locksmith this is your house?
Yeah.
It's sometimes that loss of document can be costly. Sometimes it's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, 100%. And I think one of the things that I like is, or I'll ask you, is what's one of the most common mistakes that you see homeowners or agents making with documentation?
The big one, especially in construction, is outdated documents. Homes get painted the wrong color because the updated schedule wasn't released. It's always that avoidable mistake that fair document manage can avoid.
Wow. I actually didn't even think of that, outdated documents being an issue. This is literally like a historical time shop. You'd
be surprised with the community I work with, my network. Going back to that Wild West, everyone's managing their documents independently. It could be months between when you arrange a quote, share documents with a trade, and when they work, and anything could have changed.
Yeah, it's so true.
Going backwards is costly.
Yep, and then you have to find it. That's the whole other thing. There's no quick reference, whereas what you've created allows for that quick reference.
Trying to bring everyone to the one spot.
Yeah. And can this integrate with like families or other members of the family for a same household, or would it just be one kind of person that manages and hosts it?
No, definitely. So one account can sign in and register a property. They can share that with your wife,
really?
Your husband, your family, and really keep it simple. Everyone on the one place. It's all about the household assets. It's not just the house, but the assets. There might be a few people buying TVs when they move in. So everyone can upload that information, the receipt and the warranty that goes with all the little purchases to the one property address. I
love that so much because there's so many things that, like, when we started the journey, like on our own build, right, that we purchased out of our joint bank account, but like I went shopping that day. I'm the one that has the physical receipt. And then my partner went shopping and she's got a physical receipt and we have no idea where they are. We're just like, oh, cool, I think it's in the drawer.
Exactly. Coming together to create a physical shoebox of receipts that is going to get buried in the cupboard.
Oh, no.
Give me white hair.
I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm going home. I'm downloading House Spek straight away, number one, especially when it's available on Google. And number two, I'm throwing out my filing cabinet.
That's right. That's right.
And, I guess, how does that disorganisation cost people money? Like, if you think about whether it's lost warranties, missed insurance, or lower resale value, like, what's kind of one of the biggest costs you think? Like, you mentioned insurance being one, but is there another one that comes to mind?
Yeah, I think the loss of value in investment. There's very few properties that go to market without recent works. Could just be a simple clean. It could be new floors, curtains. If you were just to capture that, it's more insight than your standard domain of realestate.com ad.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's a 4-bedroom home. Yes, it's got 2 car spots, but I can see they've done the kitchen. As a buyer, that's going to give me so much more confidence. Might not spend more, but I know the kitchen's done. All the little maintenance. Even if you recorded the last time you had your roof and gutter cleaned.
True.
No buyer's getting up on the roof. Their building and pest inspection is going to come back with all these. Imagine you could upload that and share that with potential buyers.
See, that is a game changer because I know just as a professional in the industry, as an advocate, if I could hand over that kind of document to a buyer straight up, before I've even looked at purchasing, like they've said, oh, they did a reno, you always have to trust the real estate agent's story behind it and word.
There's no validation.
No validation. And you don't know, it's like, okay, I'm going to look with my eyes and see that, it looks new. Is it 5 years old or is it 10 years old or is it 6 months old?
And if I gave you the receipt and showed you all the appliances in that kitchen still have 4 years warranty.
Okay, the value for me was like, okay, cool. So I'm getting a dishwasher that even if it goes belly up the first week I move in, I've got a warranty that I've carried over. So does the app actually allow you to transfer that property over to someone else?
The entire thing.
Wow.
When doing so, you have chances to withhold. You might not want to share what you paid for it, your
like
mortgage, but you're going to share the property information, the assets within it. Give them a better first week.
Yeah, so it's like, imagine, like how I'm picturing this in a scenario is I've made an offer on a property, it's accepted, I've cleared my finance and we've, gotten through to unconditional. At this point, I'm also getting that handover or starting to get that handover of, hey, here's some of the property documents you probably need to have. Let me transfer 1 Smith Street to you.
That's right. And we've built a lot of tools to share little or a lot.
Love it.
Temporarily or full-fledged, they now own the property, see you later, walk away. It's really easy for the mums and dads, not the industry, to do this now. It's mum and dad community power.
I absolutely love it because no one cares about your home as much as you do. So even...
Exactly. When you have that transaction, you've paid the lawyer the money, he's going away. You've seen the real estate agent. They're very happy you purchased a house through them. They're not going to see you for the next few days.
Yeah.
It's the mums and dads, the owners, the sellers that have that lasting sort of stress that I want to help with.
No, it's a beautiful message, honestly, Tom, because like I said, I've seen people go through the heartache firsthand, like I'm sure you have as well, of bad property handovers, whether it's building or owner-occupied homes. And I think community-wise, people would prefer to hand over what they can about that home to make it easier. I know that if I ever sold this house, if I've got a document library like that, oh man, I'm happy to hand it over and go, here you go, here's everything we did. We didn't bullshit you. Pergola was done 10 years ago. This was done here. I did do my own landscaping. Here's all the receipts. And
I'd like to think we are all very proud of the money we spent.
Yeah, we are.
And if you're proud, share it.
Yep.
This is the controlled manner. I'd like everyone to jump on board and have the confidence to share.
Yeah, it's don't hold back. Don't feel ashamed. This is not a bad thing, the fact that you did your own landscaping.
Yeah,
or
you don't have to go with the most expensive. The fact that you went with something, you invested something.
And
please, that will give the buyer, the tenant, your family confidence when you record and share.
No, I think it's spot on. And I guess, how would the industry look different if everyone had a single property passport, which is what I'm calling it, like House Spek provides?
I think we're going to improve the market. With competition and confidence, we can all be proud of our investments more. I think the trades, the builders, the real estate market are going to have the confidence to step up their game, knowing that their branding, their workmanship is going to get recorded for a lot longer.
Yeah. And it's gives it a legacy too. It's you know that John Smith 20 years ago put that roof there or put that, installation of a pergola. You know who they are.
Exactly.
Part of the history.
And we're going to empower these companies to live longer.
But also it's if I think about it with my business hat on too, if I've done a job like, a pergola or something that I've done, let's call it a trade job.
Yep.
And I know that buyer's now inherited that house or they've bought that property. If that person then rings me and says, hey, you did a job at this address, I'm the new owner, it looks like your quote was pretty reasonable back then. What are your prices now? Can you come back now? We want to do something else.
Exactly.
And the cycle kind of continues because this person already knows your home.
It will only feed back into the industry.
Yeah.
Work I've done in the past, I could have tended, I could help with the design. I won't hear from that person I first coordinated with, but there might be a second owner.
Yeah.
Hey, my idea is that it comes full circle.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
right.
is lost, be it workmanship or even just quotes, service history, should all come full circle and be long lasting.
I couldn't agree more. And that's actually interesting that you mentioned, right, that cycle or that ecosystem that needs to have it. In your experience, who suffers the most from this document chaos? Is it the owner, the agent, or the buyer?
Everyone suffers, but I think it's the owner. I think when they lose the workmanship, what they first thought was going to happen, mistakes were made because of that document management. They're the ones that are going to get caught out.
Yeah.
The trades will get paid for their work they do. Good for them. Builders, the property market, they'll all move on and keep surviving. But it might be the mum and dad that have suffered through, again, no one doing the wrong thing, just no one taking an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's well said. And, you know, it's one thing to talk about this as a concept, but I want to look at real world scenarios. So the horror stories that people are sharing online every day about lost paperwork, dodgy renos and forgotten warranties. So we're going to go into our Reddit segment. All right, this is a bit of fun. It's a fan favourite that everyone likes to submit their Reddit stories to us in email. And we got a couple from you guys, so thank you. Shout out to our listeners for submitting these over the last couple of weeks. And let me tell you, it's chaos out there. Every week, Aussies post about lost documents, no records, missing building warranties, and trying to track down a property's history after it's already too late. So I've got some scenarios for you, Tom, and I would love your take on them. So we're going to call this segment Lost and Found, Property Edition. I'll read a few posts, and Tom, you'll help us make sense of how these problems happen and how House Spek could have saved the day here.
Definitely.
All right, ready to get into it?
Let's go.
Oh, let's do it. This first one says, the title is, Bought a house, can't find any compliance paperwork. And it reads, we bought a place and realised that there are no compliance certificates, no warranty docs, nothing. Agent says it's not their responsibility. What do we even do? What's your take?
And that's the thing, you know, you've done everything right. You've paid the money. The lawyers have asked you to sign your life away to a big mortgage. Good for you. You want to go that extra step and assure yourself everything is good. You likely have to talk to the council, who are going to be very vague. Try and find some records of who surveyed it, DP plans, the original developer. It can be a long rabbit hole.
Yeah.
With a lot of dead ends.
Wow. And how Spec would plug into this so perfectly, because your compliance docs would have been there.
My hope is they are.
Yeah.
The previous owner who built it, the original developer, at the very least, 2 minutes, upload, secured for life.
Well, do you kind of, that's actually a question I have for you with House Spek. Do you kind of have like a section where it prompts the user on what kind of documents they could upload?
We are building it. We don't want to steer them too much.
Yeah, fair.
We've got the structure in place. I think all of our trades and professional services know what their work needs to be uploaded. I don't think there's a document you get emailed regarding your property that shouldn't be
Yeah, that's
stored.
a good point. It's like, just store it all. It's
just store it all. It has a place.
I love it. And this next one, the builder went bust. Now no one can find our warranty info. And it says, our builder went under, and now we have zero access to our warranty docs or certificates. Is this normal?
Completely. I actually have a close friend. He built a house, and it wasn't 3 months after completion that the rendering outside started falling off. Clear defect, and it happens. The sad fact is, exactly as it said, the builder was nowhere to be seen, gone under. Further to that, he can't work out the trade that did the work.
Oh.
There's a natural warranty with everything.
Yeah, of course.
$25,000 later, he had to do it so that he could rent that property out.
That's awful.
He's scarred for life.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I'd be...
And for what it would have taken that tradie or the builder a couple minutes to upload that certificate of work,
yeah,
I think 25 grand is worth it.
And is that but the other part of House Spek, that those professionals can come in and upload or send documents directly?
Exactly. It is not reliant on the owner or the principal contractor to do it.
Wow.
You have a simple upload direct to it.
So that's like that just gives it a whole other dimension, right? Because there's like services like PEXA that does online property settlements, right? But that's just one part of the transaction of settling.
Yep.
But this is actually, and what they do well is obviously having all those professionals work together to sign off and make sure everyone gets a copy. But you're actually allowing that to happen directly. So you've got people working together.
I don't want to place the ownership and the diligent task on the owner.
Yeah.
I do want this to be easy for everybody, enabling those trades and professional services to upload their own work.
Yep.
Not relying on their builder who's paying them. They're going to represent themselves and upload.
Yeah, because I even know for when I built, everything was email. We got every drawdown, every part of the job, like when the frame stage went up, when, roughing was getting done, all of that was emailed to me, and I'm like, God, if I had to go find those emails now, I'd be there forever.
But if you spent 10 minutes a week
Auditing
just going through and grabbing that, all right, I'm going to store that away.
Yep.
10 minutes a week doesn't cost you anything.
No.
Nothing at all. And that's to say that the builder doesn't do it for you or the trade doesn't. At the end of the build, you'll have everything collected. You're going to feel better.
Yeah.
Not going to get grey hairs like me. But we are building it so the trade can do it for you.
As well, so it's transparent.
And they're going to be able to pick up their game and really showcase how good of a team they are.
Perfect. Like, this is solving so many problems in my brain as we're talking through it, and I'm learning more and more. And I know that this is hitting for our listeners as well, because we've got a lot of new homeowners listening or people that are about to buy. This is probably the perfect time for our listeners, like, guys, if you're tuning in, that if you do have an Apple device or Google device, like, get into House Spek or jump on their website, because this is the perfect time for you to start collecting all this information.
As soon as you start on your property journey, document. Yep. You have everyone has a roof over their head when they sleep. Document where you live.
Yep.
What assets you have in there. If you're investing in more property, make sure you're not caught off guard.
Yeah, I love that. And, going into this next one, which is selling our house, but we can't, like, this is what the one user says, selling our house, but we can't prove upgrades were done properly. And it reads, we renovated 3 years ago and can't find any of the paperwork. Buyers keep asking for it. Are we stuffed?
Like you said before, the real estate agent's going to tell all the potential buyers, hey, new kitchen, new bathroom. The buyer wants validation.
Yeah.
If you can't find anything, do you remember who you engaged? Do you remember who you paid the money to? Track it backwards. Even if you put up the receipt of how much you paid this team.
Yeah.
The simple receipt transaction shows that you spent money.
Yeah,
again,
correct.
Big or small, the buyer's going to recognize that.
Yeah, spot on. And this is what we've been saying, right? It's like, just if you were doing it as you went through the journey, that wouldn't even be an issue. And that's the stressful time. Like, when you're selling, I don't think people realize, but when you start to sell a house, the amount of stuff you get asked for, that's so random, because the agents maybe said something to market the property and sell it. So they're doing their job, but then it comes back with a question of, okay, can you back it up? And you're like, Oh, crap, I don't know where that is. And now it's stopping you from getting an offer.
The second hardest thing about property management, the worst day is when you buy.
Yeah.
That's daunting. The second worst is preparing to sell. There's cleaning to do, there's organizing, where you're moving to, all your accounts.
Oh, it's stressful.
I don't want to add to that workload, but like you said, if you do a little bit, if you record some things you've done recently, you're going to get less inquiries back. So be proactive, and it'll be an easier time.
No, it's so true. This next one touches on a really important one that we've kind of unpacked, but I'm interested in your take. It says here, insurance rejected our claim because we couldn't show maintenance records. And it says, our insurance claim was denied because we didn't have maintenance proof for the roof. We didn't even know that was required. Man, that's a classic example of better organisation. Could have saved thousands.
That's it. And again, you're going to take out an insurance policy on your new house. They're not going to ask for a condition report. But if a claim is done, a tree falls on it, anything, it starts leaking, they'll ask you to prove then that it was in good working order. Simple photos. We all have our phone, taking some photos from the lawn around your house and just storing that. That is enough to show them that it's either in good nick or it's history. And then, like you said, have you maintained it recently? You could have a receipt from a maintenance, gutter clean, roof respray. Perfect.
No, this is a game changer. Like, I think for you, like, basically the moral of the story here is that, that chaos costs money. That disorganization is making it harder on you in the future so today you bought the house, your happy days. It's when a problem happens that now this is inconvenient, now it's a headache, now it's calling people and trying to hunt down who did what. But But if it was all there in your app, you can go, yeah, cool, I actually know I uploaded that. And it's like, here you go.
I want to take away the how and what I can do that property owners figure out as they go along. I'm providing how you store it, where you store it, why you should. I think we all know why we should be a little more proactive rather than getting caught out.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And it kind of leads us into like the future of this industry, right? Because how do you see property ownership changing once platforms like a platform like this becomes normal?
I think it's recognition.
Yeah.
I think it's brand and confidence. I would love to see us all more confident with the properties we own, manage, live under. Such a chaotic time we live in, but we have tools. This is the tool I want to give to the community to help them on their day-to-day.
No, good on you. And do you think Australia's ready for open property data between owners, agents and builders?
Yes and no. Sharing is important. It is your network that helps empower you. But I don't want everyone to know my house.
Yeah,
and
true.
so we've built a lot of tools to keep a lot of it private and only share or make public when you want.
Yeah, right. So, and that's part of that security that you built in.
That's right. I think Australia is ready to have tools, but I don't want to sort of open it up to free fall and get people exposed to the community when they don't want to.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's like, I think anyone who's going to, the way I see this going, right, is that with any new technology or new systems, there's always some, hesitation for adoption, right? That's natural part of anything new.
My grandma and granddad are not going to be active users.
Yeah.
Okay. But I could take, a little bit of time to help secure what they have. They don't have to be actively on it. I'm not asking my grandma to go on Facebook and Instagram and like everything, but let's help everybody.
Well, this is what I'm thinking, right? Because I've just had my grandma move house this year. That was a nightmare.
Bloody
nightmare.
It should be exciting.
Correct. It should be exciting. She's changing her whole life. And it's one of those things that if we had now we're at this document point of my mum's going, do you know where we put this for, grandma? And I'm like, I have no idea. So now that I've got this as an option, I'm going to get my family onto it. I'm sure we'll have everyone on House Spek. Don't worry about that. And for professionals, right, like agents, brokers, builders, what's the biggest opportunity in using House Spek early? Like if we flip it on its head and go to the professional side for themselves.
So early 2026, I'm going to introduce the industry accounts.
Yeah.
That's going to empower them to help their brand grow and be recognized, as I said, for longer.
Yeah.
We're all familiar with Facebook Marketplace, business entities on all sorts of devices. I want the property community and the professional services within it to come onto House Spek and really touch with their direct audience.
Yeah, because then as an agency, right, like as in any business owner, now you've got a collection of everything that's been done. It's almost like a compliance check.
Exactly. And they're going to be able to maintain some of that work, update it. Things change. It's not, again, on the owner to be diligent. They're going to be able to represent themselves on a property-driven marketplace.
That's unbelievable because the amount of times, like I said, especially when you're buying and taking over a property, you don't know who did what. So if you had this handed over from the previous owner, right, like this is an evolution we're seeing here. So
that's right.
When the next owner has it, if there was a place in the app that said, oh yeah, it's this builder, and then that builder was also contributing to House Spek, how easy is it for you to go, hey, I know you've probably got this in your archives. Can you send this back to me because I didn't get it?
Definitely. There's too many new homes sold without detailing who built it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a loss of brand. That's a loss of workmanship. I want all of these companies to come on board and say, hey, it's a Simmons Homes, it's a McDonald Jones, it's a Mirvac home property. Here are our documents. Their brand lasts longer. Again, that property becomes an advocate for that builder, that trade.
It's spot on because a lot of the time, like when I was in real estate days, we had to go and find out, like if something was maybe about 4 years old, 3 years old that we were selling, I go, who built the home? And they're like, Simmons Homes. And I'm like, okay, cool. But it's not anywhere known that it's a Simmons home.
You may have said that.
Yeah.
But how do I prove it?
Correct. And then
you can't share the contract, but they've drawn up plans.
That's right.
They will have it somewhere. Let's share some of that. Let's validate how good of a builder that was.
Yeah.
And that's still under warranty. The warranty shouldn't end with the first owner.
No.
It should last the period required.
Correct. And just because you don't know it or you don't have the documents to back it up, how many people out there have probably purchased something that's 2-3 years old and have no idea?
Exactly. And it's not like the builders are trying to hide.
No, it's just like, well,
there's so many proud builders out there that we've just gone through the toughest times in the industry.
Yeah.
COVID, price hikes. They're surviving. I want them to showcase how good they're surviving.
Yeah.
Get the years of health back into the industry.
Spot on. And, I think one of the things is I want to go into long-term vision now. What does success look like for you? Like, what's the vision long-term that you have?
Vision long-term is market share. I want the community to come on board. I want this to be a household name and really provide everyone with the confidence. Still use your domain. Still use your realestate.com. Still talk to your neighbours about properties. But validate, share the workmanship, share the documents, key to the information you want to look at.
Yeah, I love that. And, that's the kind of thinking that we love on this show. This is why it's called the No BS podcast, right? Practical tech is what I love to bring to the forefront of what a lot of people don't get to see. It's like there's so much cool tech being built. Exactly. House Spek is a perfect model for this that not everyone hears about. So this is what the show's all about, bringing you guys, the listeners, and these professionals a platform to say, hey, I'm doing something really cool and I reckon you'd really like it. And I couldn't agree more. And we'll make sure that you guys can get some access, and we'll set this up when the episode goes live to get some access, and you can get in touch with Tom as well if you need anything. But I want to go into final takeaways. Our time's totally flown today, Tom. I've really enjoyed this chat.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm so glad because I've loved it. I guess, what is your no BS advice for homeowners juggling all their property paperwork?
My advice, if you have a concern or a question, sort it out early. Don't find yourself caught out of position, vulnerable. Dig. Get the answer you want and have a bit of confidence in what you're doing.
Beautiful. And I think the last thing I'll ask is, I want you to finish the sentence. The best thing about House Spek is?
The long term. This lasts as long as the property exists. It is not a short-term thing. We're here to stick around.
I love it. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Tom. This has been such a great chat, and I'm so appreciative that you flew all the way down from Sydney to be here.
Thank you, Joe.
So,
my pleasure.
So good to have you. And like I said, earlier and throughout this chat, it shows that property ownership isn't just about buying a house. It's about protecting the history and protecting your assets. So, Tom, once again, thank you for being here and showing us how centralising information can literally change how we're going to buy, sell and build in Australia. So,
thank you, Joe.
Of course. I'm so happy to have you here. You'll find all of Tom's links about House Spek and himself in the show notes below. And if you found this episode helpful, make sure to like, subscribe and share it with anyone who's ever lost a warranty, a certificate or their sanity. We'll see you next time on the No BS Real Estate Podcast. I'm Joe Agresta, and this has been Tom Williams on the show from House Spek. Catch you next time.
Thank you.
That's a wrap for this episode of the No BS Real Estate Podcast, powered by Abodi AI. If you found this conversation helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who might need it. If you're looking for more guidance on your home buying journey, you can visit www.abodi.com.au for expert advice, property insights, and the tools you need to find the right home with confidence. If you're already on your journey, you can also download our app. Just search Abodi AI on the App Store or Google Play. Have any questions or want to connect, you can follow us on Instagram at abodi.com.au or send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.